Welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to go over which ultimates you should craft. Are you free to play? Do you have a tight atom budget? Can you only pick one ultimate to craft? Well, this is the video for you because we're going to go over each faction and pick the one ultimate in it that you should definitely craft if you're looking to climb that ladder, get to World's Finest, or just generally improve a multitude of your decks. The one ultimate we pick might not be the necessary best card in the class, or might not be the best ultimate in the class, but it is going to be the best one that's going to fit over a general multitude of your decks, as well as cards that see a lot of play. So here we go. We'll start with Might. As far as which of these ultimates you should craft, if you refer back to my first crafting video, I have a little spiel about you should pick the classes to build your decks out of that you have the most good cards to. So that should also dictate which of these ultimates you drop the atoms and craft. Might is probably the easiest faction to choose which ultimate to craft, and as you would expect, it is none other than Big Blue himself, Superman. Superman is not only the best card in Might, he is easily the best ultimate. Mara at a close second, but Mara's a little bit more niche. Superman, as an 8/8 shielded body that gives your leaders invincible, he's going into every non-aggro Might deck. You're playing mid-range, you put in a Superman. You're playing for the late game, you definitely put in a Superman. Superman is probably the best Might card, maybe close to Wonder Woman. So definitely, easily, the one ultimate in Might that you should craft. Alright, next up is Energy, and of course this is another super easy one. Shazam is the one ultimate to craft in Energy. Shazam is another just generally good card. He goes in almost any energy deck, whether it be aggro as a high-end finisher, whether it be mid-range, or if there ever is a control energy deck, it will be in there too. Shazam, with the 7/6 body, the speed, they have to not only clear this, but then they have to clear the Billy Batson when he dies. And just overall, Shazam is a very strong card, the easy favorite craft in Energy. The hardest of these classes to decide which ultimate to craft was definitely Tactics, I think. They have so many really good ultimate cards, a lot of them slot into multiple decks around, so this one was really tough. But the card I'm going to choose, if you can only craft one Tactics ultimate, is Green Arrow. This is probably one of the better cards in the game, and I think it's one of the best Tactics ultimate to craft. I barely put him over Monkey, and a little bit over the Batmobile. And I place Green Arrow at the top because a lot of times, especially on that silver-bronze turn, or even sometimes the silver-silver turn, you can clear boards with Green Arrow's ability. Detective Chimp just loses because he's not as proactive as the Arrow is. You can drop your Arrow and you can hit her with the Batgirl. Green Arrow also has the advantage as you can drop them, and with the Tactics builds that we have, gadgets are usually involved, so you can wheedle those 3 health minions down to 2 and really set up a nice board to get some maximum Green Arrow value out of. He's almost always killed immediately when he goes down, so they usually have to trade something or give up resources because they won't let the 5/2 ambush sit. So Green Arrow can absolutely give you a tremendous value and tempo boost over your opponents, and that is why he is the one Tactics ultimate you should craft. Anarchy was another tough class to sort out as far as which ultimate to craft, but ultimately we had to go with TwoFace, actually. The Bronze 2/2. However, TwoFace's ability is very strong. As you flip a coin and either destroy a minion or draw a card, he fits really well into a lot of the already established decks in the meta. Deathstroke is a close runner-up, I believe, but I think Deathstroke is better for more those mid-range to high-end Anarchy decks when, as we know, Anarchy tends to like to go a little bit more aggro, and TwoFace can absolutely swing boards early on. When you're frustrated when they drop that Minotaur and then give it the super strength the next turn, well, good thing for us, we have a 1-cost bronze to answer that with and destroy it. TwoFace is versatile, worst case you draw cards, and overall it's just such a solid card. So TwoFace in Anarchy is the one ultimate that you should craft. Tyranny was a little easier. It is really just a 2-horse race, but the one ultimate you should craft in Tyranny is Darkside. And it's Darkside over the Riddler because of how devastating Darkside's ability can be when he deploys and blows up a space on the board. It can either clear a path to finish off a leader late game, it can blow something big and scary up, and it limits their board space, which right now with all the aggro and Aquaman running around, board space is important. So deleting a board space is very advantageous to you as a player. So I think Darkseid is definitely the one ultimate to craft in Tyranny. He's a big body, and while Riddler is really good, Riddler is one of an add-on. That would definitely be the second, maybe card in Tyranny I would craft, because the Riddler also makes every deck better, but Darkseid, big body, it's a finisher, it does a lot of interaction with the board, which is always a positive in card games. So Darkseid is the one Tyranny card to craft.